So it's about 2 o'clock, 1:57 p.m. And this video is gonna be kind of a day in my life, like an actual one where I get to take you along. And this is kind of an impulse idea. I just started picking up my phone and filming. It looks about the same every day. I'm currently out of state right now. I'm with some family, and I wanted to kind of show you guys how life is like for me and what I think about everything. You know, especially going back to working at my old job, which of course is literally, I have no reason to do it. I just wanted to add some more on my plate on, one, helping out family, which is really important. Two, showing you guys that you can have limited time and still prioritize fitness and do things that are important for yourself, you know, prioritizing yourself above else. So I'm just taking you guys along. It's gonna be pretty short, pretty quick, pretty unfiltered, and yeah, show the clip. Waking up is always so worth it. I know I need to wake up earlier and just go outside. You know, I'm glad that I have somewhere to go. But damn, is this worth it? Isn't life great? Alright, so right now we're headed to, like I said, gas station, get gas. After that, going to the workplace. If you guys don't know, I work at like a fulfillment center, type of warehouse basically. Motherfucker. Hold on. Always wear your seatbelt, kids. I know, I forget. We're gonna go to work, I guess, you know, maybe for 6 hours. Pretty light, literally like nothing. After that, we're gonna hit the gym because we don't have time at night. All right, gas was gotten. Now we're headed there. I want to reiterate the plan. I literally attempted this a couple times already. It's currently 6:45 to be exact. Stayed in bed until 6 a.m. Did not get out. Probably because I slept late last night, 11, making a video for the IG, you know, and the past few nights I've been getting only like 5 to 6 hours of sleep, which sucks because I train and the sore feeling still is there. So get your sleep in, guys. I just have trouble with sleep. That's why sometimes it's either I sleep for 6 hours, 5 hours, 4 hours, and then another night 12 hours. Like, that's how I make up my sleep, kinda. But I know that's not good. Pretty ironic because I coach people to live better lifestyles and implement fitness in their life with a way that doesn't make it so that it like removes their entire life, you know? It's not like a big commitment. It's all about like just adding it in there little, not removing anything that they usually do. But yeah, that sucks. So we're planning to work around 6 hours, pretty light. Usually it's 10 hours, 11, but you know, my hours are lowered now. And honestly, it's all in my control whether I work or not, because this is a family company and I'm here just helping out through my own will. I'm not over here needing the bills to get paid and stuff, you know? I don't have bills to pay much right now. Then after that, after work today, we're actually gonna train because I don't have any time much for the night. Once I'm done with training, we're gonna hop on a few calls, make sure we get the content out. I post literally daily on my Instagram. If you guys don't watch that, high value with that. You guys probably seen me from there. You know, I don't really push to, are you fucking kidding me? I don't push to make content that's entertaining. Sometimes I go back to my old habits and do that. But I try to push towards just value, things that are relatable, so you guys actually see that I'm a real person on this fake ass internet. And yeah, doing that is a daily thing, and I make sure that I do it consistently. I post multiple posts daily, and I've been doing that for a few months now. Like literally no days skipped. Sometimes when it's like my worst, since I'm not the most perfect person, I just do one post, and that obviously feels like crap for my standards, but it's cool. But so that's the schedule, how it's looking like, and then after that I gotta cook and stuff and finally get a meal in. My eating isn't the best. I eat probably like 2-3 times the whole entire morning though, like 6 hours. I'm just doing work, so not eating until like 1. Think about it, 5:30 a.m. wake up till like 1 to 2 p.m. But I obviously get my pre-workout meal in and post-workout meal in. Those are probably the biggest though. Make sure that I'm cooking and all that. My life's pretty simple. I work, I go to the gym as kind of like adult recess. I've heard of that somewhere. But that's basically it. And I get to do this for a living. You know, I find genuine fulfillment from doing what I do. Like I heard from one of the members the other day, like they were just saying how actually fun it was to count calories, track macros, know exactly what they're eating so they don't feel guilty. This person doesn't really lack the self-discipline and stuff. Trains in the gym, but when it comes to diet, they were just literally unclear. And I'm glad that I'm able to provide that clarity and also keep them accountable literally every day. Whenever I'm in there with calls, I make sure that I'm actually not wasting their time, giving them the most value, as much as I can, to be honest. And yeah, it's awesome to hear how their lives are genuinely transforming in real time, in front of my eyes. And I'm part of the reason why they're able to do that. So I just got finished with work. Couldn't really show that. If any of you guys work a part-time, full-time, where you are able to listen to music, have earbuds in, then man, what I love doing is taking advantage of that and being able to listen to people who I look up to, people who I want to become like, whether it's business, finances, and gosh, bro. Oh shit, no hands. I'm gonna die. Guys, wear seatbelts. As I was saying, whether it's fitness, finances, or anything like that, you know, something that's self-improvement, something that I really want to work on, I just watch them. I listen to what they have to say. You know, I play it. It's a video that they're talking straight game, speaking on some value, and I try to use that to put me in the mindset of, you know, damn, video cut off because of the heat. Yeah, it is pretty hot in here. But as I was saying, I use that motivation that I get and also the knowledge that I also get from watching these people that are far ahead of me. They work at a higher frequency, and I see that, and I use that as a tool to help me with the stuff that I have to do later. Because of course, after work, I work on my business. I have clients, I have a few calls to take, and then some work, filming, even this, some editing. And I get to use that knowledge that I just attained to work the best that I can. And all this is great, you know. I'm taking advantage of the time that I have. I'm wearing earbuds while I'm working, doing some 9 to 5, and still trying to gain knowledge for me to still improve myself. The thing about this is you can have this motivation, but it really doesn't mean anything if you have no actions to take it with. If you can't apply the motivation and the knowledge that you just learned, then it means nothing. It's like you never watched that video in the first place. But I'm happy to have a schedule where I can still apply this knowledge, so that I'm getting something out of it. Most of you guys watch videos like that and get motivated and fired up just for it to amount to nothing, basically. I love listening to people who are smarter than me, people who are more ahead than I am. I take my time that I have to try to learn and apply it, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do to make my life better right now. And boom, we're here. It is 2 o'clock exactly, and I just filmed the intro to this video. What I just did was finish a client call. We were talking about some pretty important stuff. We were talking about wins, which is super important. You know, we still gotta highlight the small wins that we did for the week. On a weekly basis, checking up, making sure that we know exactly what we progressed in and what we should work on more. It's important to know. Knowing where you lack and knowing where you succeeded in is really important. It makes it easier for you to find solutions to your problems. And how are you going to solve something that you don't know about? That doesn't make any sense, right? So right now, I'm filming this video. I'm going to continue editing, but I just finished working from, as you saw, early morning to now. I didn't eat a thing, by the way. I just had a quick coffee. I posted that on social media. And I mainly prioritized water and hydration. So from 5:20, from when I woke up, to 2 p.m., I didn't eat a thing. So for you guys out there that are struggling with your cravings and overeating, being overweight, then just get busy, because you don't even think about food if you're busy. There are so many ways for you to curb hunger, right? It's cravings. These are things that will pass if you give it a little bit of time instead of feeding into your addiction of binge eating and snacking, right? Go outside. There are many things that I list on my social media that are ways to cope with this. But I haven't ate a thing. Soon I plan to train and I'm going to take you guys along. But I'm going to cook up something, probably some beef with some broccoli, some cheese to make it taste better. Put some ketchup on it, organic, you know, if I wanted to, 0 added sugar with that type of ketchup. Add some eggs, and that's basically it. Some solid food. I'm gonna have rice as my carbs, and on top of that, I'm gonna eat some rice cake chips, which is pretty cool because I'm gonna work it out anyway. You have certain privileges if you fast, because I have barely any calories in me right now. And I get to eat almost anything I want to if I wanted to, really. This is the secret to being lean. This is what I did to stay lean. And yeah, I'm gonna cook, go gym, film that a little bit for you. Hopefully not look like an idiot. I gotta keep telling myself not to give a fuck about what people think, especially filming in public. I might look like an idiot, but I'm doing it for you guys. So I think that's fine. And then, yeah, after that, we have that night thing. I'm probably going to play pickleball with some other family. Try to help them with their cardio, you know, other overweight people. My literal goal is to literally change anybody's life if they encounter me. They know me for my fitness, so why not make that my thing and actually help people along the process, you know? So I'm going to go do that. At night, I'm gonna make sure I cook, make sure I get all my protein in, and then do some cardio for 2 hours of playing pickleball. You know, that's another sport that continues with my self-improvement journey. I get to try to get better at something that I'm not good at all. I suck at sports. I literally suck. That's why I stick to fitness and lifting, and sometimes occasionally fighting, kickboxing, and yeah, let's go work out. Alright, so we're gonna cook now. I usually cook almost every other day, and you can see I'm eating some ground beef, eggs, cheese with rice, with some mixed veggies. I got some broccoli, as you can see. Yeah, cooking it up, and I pair that with some Diet Coke, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with it. Ketchup is definitely needed. We made it to the gym. I'm hitting some shoulder press right now for the front deltoid. Working my way through the set, you know, training till close to failure or actually at failure, right? Yeah, I have fucked up shoulders. You can see me doing some lateral raises. I was warming up. Now we're hitting some actual isolated heavy dumbbell sets. and we're alternating between each arm. Pulled out the pump cover, looking not bad, I guess. Warming up for bicep. I found myself warming up more often recently, with some lightweight, trying to get as much blood to my muscles, the ones that I'm working first, before I go into my heavy sets. As you can see, I'm going pretty heavy for myself, and I'm trying to get the most out of each set. Yeah. So I just finished filming the workouts. It wasn't all the clips because it was pretty crowded. I didn't want to film the whole time. That lady just turned the lights on me. It's whatever though. We're gonna still have this physique check so far post-workout. I'm currently on the pump, and for some reason I look a lot bigger than I usually do day to day versus after a workout where I am fully pumped and there's a lot of blood in my muscles. So yeah, this is a physique check. I'm looking pretty diced still. That has to do with the fasting that I do, and that allows me to kind of eat whatever I want, but I always choose to eat protein regardless, and this is how we're looking so far. Not too crazy. Honestly, if you see me in person, I am not that big, but yeah, this is how we're looking. Right. I just got finished with the workout. It's currently around 4 p.m. I took about an hour in there, hit some shoulders and arms. Right now, I'm planning to edit. I'm shooting a bit of content. Also gonna post a couple of things. Make sure that everything's good with the clients, all the members. And then, yeah, cook up something, preferably more leaner. Add some more protein to what I made. I didn't finish all of it. I made a bunch so that I can eat after, like post-workout. But yeah. It's currently hot as fuck right now, and I got a bit of time to do this, but I wanted to talk about what's kind of been going on in my head. And going into this, I wasn't really planning to do anything crazy. This is a bit of a challenge though, because of course my schedule's somewhat filled up already, and on top of that I'm filming, so it's not like it's an inconvenience, but it's definitely more than I'm used to, and that's good. The problem with most people is they tend to think they're doing something hard, and they think they're doing a lot, which, I think I'm doing a lot most of the time, but in the grand scheme of things, people are doing way more than me. I'm literally a lot smaller than most people, like, to be real. And you're just doing something that's hard for you, which is fine. But if you're over here complaining about it, saying how much you work hard and being like, oh yeah, I work pretty hard, you're just working hard for yourself, bro. You can't even work at a frequency as much as all these successful people. Like, let's say the president. Not too controversial. Let's say Elon Musk, right? He owns SpaceX, owns Tesla. If you were to switch places with him, do you think you can live his life? Heck no. Be realistic. He works at a way higher frequency, and on top of that, he doesn't have to. Most of us aren't anything though, so we should be working hard. But yeah, I think getting out of your comfort zone is one of the most important things, and people should get out of their comfort zone every day of their lives. You notice that the most growth you get is when you are out of your comfort zone. It's like hitting the gym. If you are inflicting stress onto the muscle, actually hitting it, then you're going to make it grow. The same can be applied for everything. That's why a lot of people who are successful are in the gym all the time. You see the most self-made entrepreneurs come from starting off like hitting the gym, being disciplined in other aspects, or learning a skill and actually being very professional with it. They master the skill, or they master their discipline in some regard, and they apply it to whatever thing that they want to do. They apply it to business. And yeah, I'm doing a decent amount. You guys are literally seeing it, but honestly, it's nothing crazy. I'm 19 years old. I don't have to work. I don't have to do any of these things. Literally 90% of my school right now, like high school, the people who I grew up with, don't do anything with their lives. They go to work, But bro, everybody goes to work. That's not something that's supposed to be hard. Other people that I know have the privilege to just do nothing. And that's totally fine, but I choose to work hard and dedicate myself to something that is hard for me to do. Also put a load of work onto myself to make me grow as well. And that's super important. And yeah, I can make excuses, say that I don't have to do all this. I am working hard enough. How I just compared myself to Elon Musk and people who are way more successful than I am. I'm not working at the frequency they are. And if I want to get there, if I want to become at least greater than I was yesterday, then I should try to, keep pushing myself, if that makes sense. You guys just aren't sticking to a correct schedule. Like the day before, I was able to know, I have a thing at night. And I know the non-negotiables already. I got to get to work. I got to do it early. I have to do this set routine to make me feel good, to make me be in the mood and like the focused mindset to continue doing whatever I have to do, right? Wake up, do my routine, go to work. After that, hit the gym whatever time and take out all the non-negotiables. If I have something come up, I'll be able to adapt to it. And gym is non-negotiable in itself. Instead of working your schedule around gym, you like to work gym around your schedule because you don't prioritize it. You would even remove gym when it was a set thing that you wanted to do and you understood that the goal of getting in shape is something that you wanted for yourself. But if you're going to be working your gym time around your schedule, then you're not going to see any progress. If you want to prioritize getting in shape, you have to prioritize gym. That's honestly one of the main things, but that's not the full picture. Your diet is not an excuse. It doesn't take a lot to not eat shitty food. Just don't eat it. That's about it. And I can see how eating disgusting things is hard. I know how that feels. I used to be there. Your love for the game isn't strong enough that the things that feel uncomfortable are down here versus the things that you need to do are up here, right? You're not actually enjoying it. And finding enjoyment is really important, especially for me. I don't think I was able to get this far if I didn't enjoy it. I used to bench almost every week, multiple times a week. I talked about this with one of the members today, but yeah, I was going crazy. I loved seeing the numbers go up, and that type of emotion towards the game made it so that I kept being in there for a long time. And applying that same logic to other things that take hard work is what's going to get me to grow. See, right now, I am trying to be an entrepreneur myself. Still on the come up, working with a few people, and I'm super happy to see so much growth with everybody I'm working with. Yes, I hate making content. I thought it was corny as heck. Like right now, I'm making a YouTube video. I don't think I would ever do that, right? Unless it was something that was satire. Right now, I'm focusing on more value, like I said. Making content, I honestly didn't feel like doing it. Except I actually like editing at some point. Listen to some music, look at the clips, make sure I'm clipping it correctly. I like seeing the outcome, and that's what's most important. You don't even need to like the process, just like what it turns you into. At some point, I think everybody experiences this, but if you're doing a routine day to day for months, you're going to think of it as a chore. But I still liked the way I looked, so I kept doing it. The same with content. I liked seeing the views. I liked seeing how it came out, at least, regardless of the views or anything. I liked how I was able to create something that I was proud of. And that's what kept me going with making content almost every day for months and months, right? This led me to continuing with the YouTube. Excuses don't do anything for you. And I hate to sound like all these motivational speakers, but it's really just a cop-out for you prolonging your goal, right? You have an excuse. Okay, so what? Does that get you any closer to your goal? No, it doesn't. Are you still going to want that goal? Yes, you are. So why even say the excuse, or why even give it, right? I guess you guys don't genuinely want it. You just say you want it, and that's already annoying. If a guy comes to me and says he wants to lose weight, and he literally does nothing but keep saying he wants to lose weight, then instead of finding a bunch of ways that he could do it, he gives me a bunch of reasons why he doesn't show up to the gym. He doesn't stop eating junk food. He doesn't do his cardio. I don't know. He likes to. These people are better at giving excuses why not to do it than any solutions to help their situation and get them closer to their actual goal and succeeding. I hate to see it the most because I was literally there. Every time that I made an excuse, it felt bad on my tongue. I didn't want to even tell people that, like, let's say I was injured, that's why I couldn't train that day. Or I was sick, that's why I didn't train. That just felt bad on my tongue because I knew I wanted the goal so badly that even saying that I was sick and I couldn't train properly made it seem like I was just making up excuses, and I hated that. Right? But I always made excuses. It's almost like convincing yourself that you don't want it. Like, I would say that I'm too busy, but I just overall didn't want to go that day. Or saying that I'm already skinny so I could eat this junk food, even though I know it's going to make me feel like crap, which overall makes me feel like I don't want to train, which develops down to a downward spiral. It's honestly below me, and I think finding reasons that are bigger than you makes it easier for you to actually do work. Like one, a big driver is seeing the outcome. You have to correlate the two. Like, doing this work is going to get me this outcome. That's why I'm going to keep doing it. You know? That's like the long term. You need to correlate it to the short term. What you're doing right now, so that you can actually keep doing one step at a time towards your goal. And you're going to get closer every day. And on top of that, just doing it because you said you'd do it. Like, right now, I want to be an entrepreneur, not only for my future, but so that I can make a positive impact. Yeah, this is what we on right now. So the video kind of cut out because my phone overheated, and yeah, I'm not able to use it anymore. But like I was saying, really, it's just work hard towards your goals. You understand that you're going to have these goals for the rest of your life, so might as well do the work that is required and don't think that it's not going to be difficult. And you think you're doing enough, but you could be doing more. And to a certain extent, comparing yourself to other people that are working with higher frequencies and better than you is a healthy thing. So do that. Keep that in your mind. Make sure you apply it and actually take that advice and go along with it, man. Chase your dreams. Trust me. I had all the reason to make excuses, not work hard towards my goals. All I did was isolate myself and made sure that I didn't take any other person's opinions as heavily as mine. I knew the goal I wanted, and I made sure that I kept my eye on it, but at the same time, kept my eye on the task I needed to do today to get me closer to that long-term goal. So, yeah. So I'm going over the video, and my dumbass never made an outro. So honestly, all I have to say is try to take my value that I spitted in this video as something that you want to apply to your actual life. Don't try to just take my word for it. Actually do actions toward it, and also do your own research, because I could be just babbling right now. But if you liked what you saw, then feel free to subscribe if you want to. Leave a hateful comment if you actually thought it was bad. If it was good, then leave a positive comment. I want to watch all those things and take it as constructive criticism. But with that being said, follow me. If you feel like you are someone who wants more for your life in terms of fitness, physique, lifestyle, all your habits, you want to be as dialed in, then message me on Instagram. And yeah, see you guys on the next one.